Hello all and welcome. My name is Harikrishna Patel. The class for which I'm doing this PowerPoint presentation on protocols is network systems. Assignment is of PowerPoint presentation on protocol, any protocol which we would like to choose. Personal topic is file transfer protocol. And I'd like to thank you, sir, for teaching us with the best practices and making us this knowledgeable on this subject. Thank you so much, sir. You were awesome in this subject. So my topic is file transfer protocol. Let's see first where does the FTP falls, right? You guys can see there is a in the layer number 7 and 6 in midway there is an FTP and 5 is TFTP. So and in total we can say 5, 6, 7 are the layers for file transfer protocol. Introduction to file transfer protocol. FTP is the simplest and most secure way to exchange files over the internet. Transferring a file from a client computer to a server computer is called uploading, and transferring from a server to client is called downloading. To access an FTP server, user must be able to connect to the internet or an intranet via modem or a local network with an FTP client program. So second thing would be talking about FTP, what it does and what it does not. So FTP does not really move, it copies files from one computer to another. FTP is the file transfer protocol in the Internet TCP/IP protocol suite's application layer. FTP client is known as the sharing protocol, which means the client software that is designed to move files back and forth between two computers over the internet. It needs to be installed on computer and can only be used with a live connection to the internet. It means if there is no internet, FTP would be there, but it would be of no use because it would be only used when two files is to be shared, downloaded or uploaded on the server or a computer client. That is how it works. So let's talk about first thing, which is FTP clients. What are FTP clients and what they does. Some commonly used FTP clients include the following, like FileZilla, a popular FTP client that is freely available for Windows, Macintosh and Linux users, available as a free download from the internet. FireFTP, a plugin for the popular Firefox web browser that can be used just like a standalone FTP program, which can be installed through a Firefox browser. Dreamweaver is one of the main thing too. It means page layout design program, which includes FTP access as one of its many features available for purchase from the Adobe. There are many FTP clients program, some of which are run from a command line such as the FTP command, small FTP command, we can say a standard install in many operating system, but a large majority allows the user to manipulate files via graphical interface, which is GI, such as Qt FTP, which makes file transfer protocol more user friendly, but then it also increases the risk too. So the completion of FTP dates are from 1971, when a file transfer protocol system described in RFC11 between MIT machines, which is Massachusetts Institute of Technology machines, were developed. This is the history of the FTP. Many RFCs have since made improvements, changes to the basic protocol, but the greatest innovation date from July 1973. FTP protocol is currently defined by RFC 959, which means file transfer protocol FTP specifications are from RFC 959. FTP operates in a client-server environment, meaning that the remote machine is configured as a server and consequently waits for the another machine, which is known as client, to request a service from it. So client always requests a service to the server. In Unix, the service is provided by what it is called a daemon, a small task that runs in the background. The FTP daemon is called FTPD. So let's see how it works. FTP works in a systematic way. This is a actual presentation how this works in a simplest form. FTP downloads the thing from a server, but therefore that it has to have a computer as a client who sends the command to the server. See, look at here. Now here is a computer, here is upload, that side is download. In between there's an internet medium. So we can say that internet should be a medium to communicate for FTP, which means internet or any kind of live connection is very much necessary for FTP to work. Uploading and downloading in FTP is as simple as what we do in everyday life, which means upload and download. But here we talk about everything else also, not only like media uploads and everything. Here, so your computer will send a command like for index number or any image or anything, and then from there you can upload it to a like Yahoo web hosting service, which means Yahoo server, to your email or anything else, and through the internet, so which will known as FTP upload. Then Yahoo web hosting server, which means Yahoo server, whenever you want a file to download back, you will always just go to the Yahoo website, which is just a GUI, and then you will click download. So client will send a command to the server, which is a Yahoo server, and from there a server will respond with an index of the file which has to be downloaded, and then through the internet medium the file will be downloaded to the computer. So what are the features of FTP protocol? The FTP protocol is used for transferring one file at a time in either direction between the client machine or the server machine. Client machine, which means the one which is initiated the connection, and call as calling machine, which means you are calling an command from server machine, and the server machine which is provided the FTP service, which is called just a machine, called machine. So there are the two differences. The FTP protocol can also perform other actions such as creating and deleting directories only if they are empty, not something which is filled already, because filled is allocation of data, which means FTP cannot do anything else than sharing only, which means file transfer protocol. It can only transfer files, it cannot do anything else majorly, which also can do listing files, deleting, renaming files, etc. But the directory should be empty to delete anything. FTP allows files to have ownerships and access restrictions. FTP hides the detail of individual computer system, which means FTP is much secure at the first point. Second thing is FTP allows to have ownership and access restrictions, which is a good thing because it would be more secure for somebody to have their own file, have restriction, and they have ownership with this protocol. So it helps in many ways. Let's talk about example, what you can do and what you can transfer, what you can download with FTP protocol. So anything which you go over internet and download can be passed through FTP protocol. Downloading MP3, online games rely heavily on FTP. Other events like auctions and online trading use FTP to transact business. FTP is commonly used to transfer web page files from their creator to the computer that act as the server for everyone on the internet. I hope you got this. This is a very simple thing. FTP is commonly used to transfer web page files from their creator to computer that act as a server for everyone on the internet. So somebody on the internet end, which is like from your computer, if you are transferring any web page file, if you're transferring any kind of file, and your server would be Yahoo. So Yahoo have many clients, and Yahoo has some servers, so everybody would be giving commands from the client to server for transferring any kind of files, uploading, downloading, and whatnot. So hope you got that. So what is difference in HTTP and FTP? Majorly these two are like a little bit same, we can say, but major difference between FTP and HTTP is that FTP is a two-way system. FTP can be used to copy or move files from a server to a client computer. as well as upload or transfer from files or client to server. But on the other hand, HTTP on the other hand is strictly one way, which means transferring text, picture, other data from server to a client computer, which uses a web browser to view the data. So let me make it easy and clear for you guys, which means FTP works as two-door opening. Let's say FTP works as two-door opening, you can come and go, but HTTP is only the door from outside, so you can only come one way, right, and come and show yourself to the people who are inside, which means inside your computer you can take a look due to HTTP, which will transfer text, picture and other multimedia files, and which will be screened or which will be showed you on your screen. So these are the two differences between HTTP, which is a main difference we can say. Difference between FTP and HTTP, which means FTP system generally encodes and transmits the data in binary set, which allows for faster data transfers. On the other hand, HTTP system encodes the data in the MIME format, which is a larger and more complex form of data. Files are automatically copied or moved from a file server to a client computer, which is a hard drive, and vice versa. On the other hand, files in HTTP transfer are viewed and can disappear when the browser is turned off unless the user executes some commands to move the data to the computer memory, which clearly means that FTP can be downloaded and do stuff like saved on your hard drive or something like that, but HTTP is clear on one point that whenever you close your browser you lose that data and again you can open the same thing. But if you want to save data from that browser or from that web page, then you can download or save it. That is one way of keeping it in statement. So let's talk about FTP model, which falls within a client server model. One machine sends other and other waits the request to carry out actions. So the one which sends a command or orders is client, and the one which receive and carry out actions is server. During an FTP connection, two transmission channels are open. Channel from command, which is control channel, channel which stays open for entire session, and the channel for data channel that opens and closes to transfer data such as folder listings and files to or from the server as requested by clients. So this is how it works. This is the file system, this is DPP system, this is DP user system, this is a data channel, this is a respond and command area where it exchanges the commands, and on the top it is control channel, and on this, which is this GUI, which means your screen I guess. So client has GUI, then PI client, and then DTP user. This is a user side, this is a server side, and both has their own file systems. Hope you got that. And control channel occurs on port 21, just for the information. So the FTP models has both client and server to process this all data information. DTP is data transfer process. It establishes the connection and manages the data channel. The server side DTP is called server DTP, and client side DTP is called user DTP. PI is a protocol interpreter, controls DTP using commands received over the control channel. It is different on the client and server. So this is just a brief explanation of what does the server PI and user PI does, same as what are the commands they receive and how they manage to the DTP protocols, processes. This is how it works. This is control connection, this is a data connection. FTP server, FTP client, this is you, this is server, this is the internet medium, and this is how it works, to and fro on both sides. The same thing in a different way. What are the two types of connection in FTP? One is active and one is passive. The type of connection chosen by the client determines how the server responds on what ports transaction will occur. Thank you. So FTP is one of the very important protocol among all the protocols, and because of FTP our life is very much easy nowadays in terms of using apps and sharing files or many different apps, and hence